This mutation is called Safety Violation, and it is being played on Minor Evacuation. We have 3 mutators active. We have the Laser Drill, we have Self-Destruction, and we have Mag-nificent. So Mag-nificent is one of the lesser common mutators that people see. So over here there are mag mines that get scattered all around the map, and yeah, these are mag mines. Do note these are not the Spire mines or the Widow mines. So that one is the Minesweeper mutator. So what you can do here is basically send a worker, and you can actually trigger these mag mines, and you play a little bit of dodgeball with them and end up clearing out these areas. So the Laser Drill is the other mutator that is also available. The Laser Drill spawns, I think, somewhere here. It's in the small enemy base on the last evacuation ship area. So I think the evacuation ship is on this side, so the Laser Drill will probably be spawning. It's somewhere over here. So this Laser Drill is very spawn campable, which is a very commonly used strategy when you are dealing with this mutator, because you really don't want this Laser Drill poking away at your units. The other thing to note about the Laser Drill is as it keeps focus on a single target, that target will start taking more and more damage as time progresses. So I can't remember the exact numbers, but the amount of DPS that the Laser Drill does on a target increases as it maintains damage on that target. So that is something else to also take into consideration. So getting poked a little bit by the Laser Drill isn't really too bad, but if that Laser Drill is trained on you for a while, it'll start dealing a lot more DPS. Over here there is a Reaper that is decides to get a little bit of vision, triggers that mag mine. Fortunately, the Laser Drill also focuses it down, and that does cause a few problems for these Reapers over here. So Reaper's gonna try and get the other mag mine as well. It does end up getting that. And you have to be a little bit careful, because those mag mines can actually deal damage and hit your unit. But Karax is okay as well. He's slowly ramping up and taking up. And Han Horner is going up for the armory as well, I believe. Yeah, so armory's done. Now we have another Reaper that just goes and runs through, and the goal over here is to just try and clear out as many mag mines as possible. You don't really want to be defending against infested when there are a ton of mag mines there, because you can actually very quickly lose your army. So unfortunately, there's high ground vision from these units over here, and in addition to the bird units that are on this side, so that Reaper is actually not going to be able to make it through. I don't know if he wants to try and get the other Reaper as well, but I don't know if it's possible. So a few more mag mines do end up getting dropped. I think that one does end up triggering. It does end up hitting those mag mines there, and I think those mag mines are going to end up getting cleaned up before they end up going, getting armed. So now we have a few strike fires that are being sent. I don't know if these strike fires can actually trigger these mag mines. I don't believe they do. I'm not actually sure. But now this evacuation ship is being launched, and as you can see here, is getting harassed by this side. So I don't know if this ship is going to end up getting saved in the meanwhile, but Karax is going to go ahead and try. But there's a Laser Drill that's dealing damage to the probe. Probe is getting wiped, and now Han Horner is going to try and do that. But unfortunately, that first ship has gone down, which is very problematic. Feels bad, man, but yeah, those mag mines are very annoying when it comes to blocking your ability to expand there. Okay, so yeah, it does actually trigger, which is really cool. I was not aware of that.
Allied forces are under attack.
So now this next ship is going to be launched, and unfortunately here there are going to be Banshees that will be unburrowing to deal damage to the ship as well. So these commanders are going to have to try and take their expansion as quickly as possible before the next ship panics launch. Panic launch happens at 12 minutes, so commanders still have a little bit of time to get stuff done. But again, it is a little problematic here. There is a Laser Drill that's dealing damage to that probe, wipes out the probe before it gets to put down its cannon, which is very unfortunate again. And now Han Horner's strike fire platform is raised. I don't know if he's going to be using that strike fire to clean up some more mines over here. Yeah, so that's actually a really cool strategy. I was not aware that you could do that. But yeah, apparently the strike fire platform actually draws aggro from these mines over here, so this is a very useful method that can be used if you want to end up clearing out the site. So we can see more strike fire platforms are coming out now, and once Han Horner has done that, there won't be any more mag mines, which means there will be reduced vision for this Laser Drill. But the infested do provide vision as well, so when the ship launch starts to occur, that thing is going to get hit, and it's wiped by the Mag-mine there. Once the infested start to unburrow and start attacking the ship, the Lizard will have vision and will start dealing damage to some of the units over there. But they are actually trying to go ahead and clear, and there's that Laser Drill there, parked, standing strong. Eventually that part is going to get, I think they're going to start spawn camping this side. But there are a few more cannons here now, and they are, I think, getting ready to try and defend this ship. There is 8 minutes on the clock at the moment, so they still have another 4 minutes before they get everything else set up. So I don't know if they want to try one base. I don't think they're going to one base here. One basing would be very unwise given the lack of damage. I think that unit is also giving vision, something else to take into consideration, which is also a problem here. There's an attack wave that's coming up towards this evacuation ship, but that should be more or less okay. So Purifier Beam has come down here to try and clear out this side. A lot of mag mines on this part as well. Unfortunately, the probes cannot go and clear these mag mines out because of the laser drill. So either you take out the laser drill or you use the strike fire platforms, which is what I think Horner wants to do. I think he missed all those sides though. So a few more coming out here, aggroing these sides. And yeah, there are a few more here. Another Sentinel that gets dropped. I think he has cleared out all the mag mines on that space though, so that's actually really good. Attack wave gets defended on here, and the evacuation ship is ready to be launched again. We still have 2 more minutes before the evacuation ship panic launches. I think the commanders will probably want to try and stall this as much as possible. And yeah, Expo please wants to try and clear this Expo before anything. Before they do anything, because Karax is actually very dependent on getting his Expo. Horner can get away with not getting an Expo. Generally not a good idea though. You want to get your Expo and get it out as quickly as possible. And yes, there we go. There are a few infested units here that are trying to defend this site. It should be okay. A few orbitals right to come down from Karax and then weaken these infested units. One thing to also note about these infested is the infested units on this mission have more HP than the infested units on Dead of Night. So Dead of Night, for example, if you're playing Alrak, one destruction wave on Alrak can end up cleaning up the infested units and one-shotting them. But if you try and play Alrak on here, if you try and use the destruction wave, it's not going to one-shot these units. So that's something else to note. They're a lot tankier than their counterparts in Dead of Night. But now this expansion has been cleared, and both commanders are going to be taking their expansions. And yeah, Karax already has a bunch of probes. It's ready to start mining at this side. And over here is a... Okay, so Horner is going to go ahead and build the command center on site here. And now this evacuation ship is launched with 15 seconds left to spare, because commanders do not want to stall too long. If you get a panic launch, it's going to be 3 minutes there, and it kind of messes with the mission timings as well. You end up getting attacked in several locations at the same time, which makes it more likely for you to end up losing your army, or your another evacuation ship, which the commanders cannot afford to lose in the moment. And then 20 seconds left on the timer. The Banshees will start unborrowing in just a bit. And yeah, Karax is saying he's got this. I think he has, especially if he has a Solar Lance Live ready as well, which I'm very sure he has available and ready to use once the Banshees start coming out. Once the Banshees on board, that's basically where the problems start. The Banshees have on board over here, and we have a bunch of orbital strikes. So he's going to use just his orbital strikes to end up cleaning up this side. Self-destruction does cause a little bit of damage, but if you're a little bit careful, have enough shield batteries, enough energy on the shield batteries, they will end up healing these structures. And you see how tanky Karax's structures can be as a result of this. And now, yeah, we have another attack wave that's coming up.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Horner says he's got this. He's gonna put down some mag mines here. He's gonna put down some mag mines. Okay, no, there's now a Solar Lance here that ends up wiping out this attack wave. The attack wave is gone, and Horner is just going ahead on that side. Unfortunately, the Reapers do end up dying to the self-destruction there. That ship has been launched. It's good to go. And now the next evacuation ship is at the Bane Cave. The Bane Cave is known because this is a cave, and there are banelings who come out of it. It's known as the Bane Cave. And one of the more annoying ones to deal with, because there's a lot of splash damage that comes out here. Expansion has been completed now for Horner, so we're going to start building up their economy on that side. And there is a chrono boost comes out. It looks like Karax is going for a pure cannon build here, so pure defensive build. Generally, when I play Karax on this mission, I like to add a few Colossi with the Fire Beam and the Extended Thermal Lance upgrade. They work really well in like this. It's just the extra long range, especially on this mission when you have self-destruction. It's better if your structures are not taking damage from the infested units. Just having some Colossi that are killing the infested before they get to the base here does help a little bit. I don't know if Karax will eventually add some. He does have a Robo. He does have that, so I think he might be going for the Colossi here. He just wants to put some static defense down. I think the issue is like he doesn't have a good enough economy yet. He doesn't have the resources to do that. And yeah, just keep clearing, which is a really good idea. Always using your strike fire platforms, just making sure that you're not, having them time out. Very, very important here. These Magmines are providing a little bit of vision, and they have to try and dodge these. These ships are really slow, so if they do get hit by the Magmines, it can deal a lot of damage here. So Karax is fortifying this side, and yeah, he's basically just mineral starved at the moment because he's putting out static defenses. But I think he's going to add some of the Colossi a little bit later. At least I think that's what his plan is.
Upgrade is ready for you.
At least for the layer ships. These ones can probably be managed. Now there's an attack, there's a harass wave that's coming up here. But we have some orbital strikes to end up cleaning up these Reapers. Reapers dealing a lot of damage to the structures, and now the ship has been triggered for launch. So the commanders have launched it a little bit early, which is okay. But now they're going to have to be careful that they don't end up losing the structures here to the self-destruction. The self-destruction does deal a reasonable amount of damage. And even if you have the repair beam, and even if you have these shield batteries are going to be stressed out a little bit in terms of the amount of structures you're going to have to heal. So Handhorner is pushing on this side. Lots of self-destructions going off here. Ends up wiping a lot of Handhorner's Reapers. Handhorner has lost a total of 70 Reapers so far, but they have ended up clearing out this side. And they should probably be going for the laser drill that's parked here. So that's something else to also take into consideration. Karax's structures are standing strong at the moment. There are a lot of energizers here. And with all the upgrades that Karax has gotten, so the enhanced targeting, the optimized orbits, and the fortified barrier, will be really, really strong. And yeah, there's a laser drill over here. So we'll see if they want to go ahead and deal with this. Dodge out of the way for this Magmine. He does notice that. He moves out of the way now. And now he's going to end up cleaning up this laser drill. He's going to end up also clearing up these structures. Focus fire down on the laser drill. This laser drill has no chance of surviving against Handhorner's fleet over here. Two attack waves over here is done. It's a ping onto the damaged laser drill that says, yeah, I've taken out this laser drill now. All is good. Ship launched. Ship is safe. Lots of structures have been lost though as a result. I was not paying attention to that side. But you can see just how much damage self-destruction does here. But you have some aberrations as well causing some problems. But Karax is ready to go ahead and launch the next ship. He does have some cannons set up. But yeah, I think some Colossi would help a lot over here. But Karax is trying to get his shield upgrades just to make sure that it just gets a little bit more value for his money in terms of structure damage. Shield and armor upgrades, actually, one thing to also note on this map. This is not just a Karax thing. This is an Commander thing. Shields and cannon upgrades are actually very useful on this mission. Karax does end up trapping his probe over there. He asks his ally to kill that cannon over there. You should be looking to get your shield and your armor upgrades on this mission. You obviously want to get them in moderation, as in, you don't want to rush them all the way from the start of the game. You want to build an army of, obviously, but they are actually worth investing on this mission because the infested don't deal a lot of damage. They deal small amounts of damage very rapidly, and you have many units dealing small amounts of damage. Your armor upgrades actually pay back in dividends because of that. So this is why Karax is going for the shield upgrades. That's one of the reasons, at least. And the other reason why Karax is going for the shield upgrades is because those are the only upgrades that he can use from the forge, like in addition to his static defense upgrades. So he has 3 static defense upgrades, and then if you don't really invest in anything else, you can't really improve your static defenses anymore. So getting the shield upgrades is pretty much the only thing you can do. And then, you combine it with the fact that shield upgrades are good on this mission, your static defenses end up being really, really strong on here. So that is why Karax is going for the static defenses. You can see here that Karax now has decided to spawn camp the side. And this laser drill now is not going to be coming up and staying up for very long before Karax ends up cleaning up this side. So now there's just going to be a little bit of harassment on here. There's a bunch of infested. I'm not really sure where these infested came from, but Handhorner is now pushing in here, just kind of playing these ships out. The other thing to also note is that these ships will have to all be launched because they did lose the first evacuation ship here. So these commanders will have to go ahead and deal with all these evacuation ships and launch them. So there's no ships now that can be left behind or can be left through an attack wave. So this one is not going to be available, so it means we're going to have this one and we're going to have that one that will have to be launched once this one is done. See, there's a lot of static defenses coming up for Karax. I would very much like to see a few Colossi being added, but it doesn't look like Karax wants to do that. He wants to go for a static defense build instead. Mastery-wise, what has he done? So mastery-wise, Karax has gone for the unit cost instead of the structure HP. So I would very much like to see a few Colossi into the mix. I don't know if there's a reason why Karax has not done that. But yeah, these static defenses are going to be able to hold. But just having a few Colossi with the extended thermal lance at the back is just going to be very, very valuable for Karax. It'll keep the armies off. It'll keep the infested off these structures and increase their ability to survive. Otherwise, what Karax could have done is just put them into the structure HP mastery instead, and yeah, gone for maybe the repair beam mastery as well. That repair beam might be useful in increasing the efficiency of that of these structures over here, making sure they don't end up dying. Karax is now microing on two fronts, putting down a lot of static defenses here. Yeah, more or less all okay. This ship is going to start launching. I'm going to have a look now. Okay, this ship is in a panic launch at the moment, so Karax had not manually triggered the ship. I think this probe might be stuck here. I think. So we have a few Praetorian monoliths as well being added to just deal with the hybrids that will be spawning. But yeah, that ship is not going to be launched. I don't know if they're going to manually launch this ship. Yeah, it looks like Karax wants to manually launch this. Karax is basically done. He doesn't really need any more static defenses. I'll help here and defend the others. It's okay. It's good. One upgrade that I think... Okay, so Handhorner has the napalm payload as well, which is really good. Handhorner's army, unfortunately, is getting smashed because of the self-destruction here, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Handhorner to be able to defend. Yeah, the Energizers are standing strong here, ending up cleaning up these attack waves here. First set of hybrids have spawned on this side. There's a battle cruiser as well, and added to the mix. Cruiser gets the extra energizer field as well, and well, it's okay. And here, this side seems to be okay. There's a very nice solar lens gets dropped on this side. Setting the ground on fire is very, very valuable as well. See what kind of damage here. Just end up dying before we even get into position. Battle cruiser staying strong on this side. I think the commanders have this board pretty much held down here. 40 seconds left on this one. 25 seconds left on this one. So okay, they will have to go ahead and intercept the stack wave though. This is very important. The stack wave is making its way towards the evacuation ship. These commanders will have to intercept that because that evacuation ship, if that goes down, it's going to be game over. So I don't know if they are going to do that in time. That evacuation ship has been launched, but that attack wave is coming up now towards that side, and there is a beeline here to go ahead and try and catch that before it gets into position. There's not a GG yet, my friend. Okay, there we go. There is a strike, not a strike fire platform, space station reallocation that gets dropped here to deal with that attack wave. It is not a GG, my friends. The first evacuation ship was lost, so they have to launch this one. I think they did not realize that. I think Karax did not put down the static defense because he was expecting to be done with the mission. But, unfortunately, that is not the case. And now the laser drill gone down again. And yeah, pretty much all good to go. So I think these commanders are going to have to put down some more static defenses on here. Karax is going to go and get some probes now. This one died? No, it did not. That one survived. That one was the one that died there. So that is why they have to launch an evacuation ship there. So Karax is going to put down some more static defense. He's good to go. have a call in the fleet dropped onto this attack wave that has spawned. A few more orbital strikes here as well. We end up wiping out whatever is left. A few cyclones, a little bit annoying. Lots of battle cruisers though. Battle cruisers will get picked off by the Kaidarns, I believe. Cyclones, I have no idea what they're doing. Just trying to move out of the way. Okay, there we go. So the end up cyclones end up getting cleaned up as well. And yeah, that is pretty much the area cleared. Now Handhorn is going to drop in some more battle cruisers. Battle cruisers are really good, really tanky unit. And now panic launch has begun with 3 minutes left on the timer. So that was not manually launched. That's why there's a little bit of a delay.
Add-on is up and running.
And I think for the most part, Karax is going to be okay. By the time that ship starts to launch, Karax will have enough static defenses in position here. And you can see how Karax is actually using their mineral counts as effectively as possible. They are putting down their static defenses, making sure they're not flowing too many minerals. One thing when you are playing a static defense build for Karax is you need to try and utilize your resources as effectively as possible. And combine them with your call down usage as well, because a lot of people will put down static defenses and assume that their static defenses can hold. The static defenses are there, but you need to back them up with your Spirit of Noon abilities as well. There's another little wave that comes out here for Karax. Put down some more static defenses, just providing a little bit of firepower. And you can see here he's using the Spirit of Noon to provide damage out as well. Just keep these infested off these units for as long as possible to make sure they don't take unnecessary damage. Because the shield batteries are brand new, so they will run out of energy very quickly. So the shield battery already does not have the kind of energy it needs. So there we go. There are a few more hybrids that get spawned here. But they're really getting cleaned up here. Handhorn decides to charge into that side as well, just with the battle cruiser, just to kill off those hybrids before they make it through. Eggs have not hatched yet. Again, I think this area has been fairly well controlled. There's 50 seconds left on the timer. The attack waves do get more intensive as the mission progresses, as the timer goes down. So now we have a hybrid behemoth over here. That has spawned out and they're going to clean up as well. A few more eggs have been hatched, but again, orbital strikes from Karax that side. Yeah, very efficient use of orbital strikes, efficient use of mineral income. They are starting to get overwhelmed, but that ship has 10 seconds left on the timer. I think it's very, very unlikely that these schematics are going to end up losing this side. And yeah, that ship has been saved. There we go. That ship ends up launching. And now, indeed, this is GG because almost all the evacuation ships were saved. And there we go, that is the end of the game. End of the mutation. And that is GG.